Good morning, everybody. As you hopefully all know, I am Sheriff Gerry Bustos, B-U-S-T-O-S, Gerry with a G. I'm here with State's Attorney John McGehee. We just want to catch everybody up to speed where we are on the Hillsdale investigation that we've had going on since early September. On August 31st of 2015, there was a court hearing in which Judge Ted Kasunis ordered the Rock Island County Sheriff's Office to obtain the Village of Hillsdale computer that was utilized by the village clerk, Jane Lundquist. This computer had been previously seized by the Hillsdale Police Department. So on September 3rd, 2015, the Rock Island County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Division initiated an investigation following that court order. The allegations by the Hillsdale officials included the sanitation fund account and credits issued to numerous individual accounts dating from about July of 2010 through July of 2015. The Hillsdale officials suspicioned that the account balances did not reflect the amount of monies that should have been collected. The collections and credits within these individual accounts were controlled solely by the village clerk, again, who was Jane Lundquist, or is Jane Lundquist. Their concern was that any credits given or monies not collected were outside the scope of the village clerk's authority. After an extensive investigation into these allegations by the Sheriff's Office, the State's Attorney's Office, and a forensic investigation into the accounts by SICIC LLP, do I say that right, SICIC LLP, out of Naperville, Illinois, we did conclude that there was information there that we did need to move forward, and a grand jury was convened yesterday by State's Attorney McGehee, being March 28th. At the conclusion of that grand jury, the grand jury did issue a 2-count indictment for official misconduct for Jane Ellen Lundquist, and bond was set at $10,000. I can tell you that about 6 o'clock last night, Jane Lundquist did turn herself into the Rock Island County Jail, where she did post her bond and was released about a half an hour later. Okay? John, you have anything you want to add to that?
I don't really have much to add, except that it is a 2-count complaint against Jane Lundquist, and they are Class 3 felonies, official misconduct. So if convicted, she could face up to 2 to 5 years in the Illinois Department of Corrections. Yesterday, we did have the grand jury. We presented evidence, and the grand jury did indict after hearing certain evidence. The matter now moves to the court hearing soon, and she will then be given court dates, and this matter will be moving forward then to either a jury trial or a bench trial, depending on what Jane Lundquist wants to do. Are there any questions as it relates to the 2-count complaint?
Why did you decide to convene a grand jury in this particular case?
Well, we do have a sitting grand jury now in Rock Island County. They sit for a total of 18 months. And periodically we do bring cases to the grand jury. And this is one of those kind of cases that generally I like to present to a jury and to present evidence, let them ask certain questions, and then to let them deliberate upon the facts that have been presented to a jury. So this is the kind of case that generally I choose to take before a grand jury.
Was there potentially more cases other than the 2 here that you guys may be looking at, or basically is the investigation still ongoing?
Well, at this time, there are only 2 counts that we have charged. So that is something that as we proceed through this matter, we will be reviewing. But at this point, the investigation is done. And so we decided to charge these 2 particular offenses.
As far as with the charges for official misconduct, she didn't pocket the money, correct? She just wrote off the debt?
Well, the charge itself states that she wrote off or excused debt in what we call a credit memo. And one is for $540 and the other one was for $600. So the charge identifies that two different charges were excused or written off. That's what the charge states. I don't really want to go into any of the other details at this time.
Has she bonded out of jail yet, or?
She did. She bonded out yesterday afternoon. Her bond had been set yesterday afternoon by the court after the grand jury voted for an indictment, and her bond was set at $10,000, and she was to post 10% of that, which would be $1,000. And she did turn herself in voluntarily last night. And she then posted the $1,000, and she was immediately released then with a notice to appear in court.
The other thing I was looking at is with the forensic audit, how the village paid for that, I don't know, what, roughly 20 grand or something like that.
You'll have to talk to the village as it relates.
What I was wondering is, would she potentially be liable to have to pay for that as part of the cost if she's actually found guilty?
That is something that the village will have to pursue, and we view the village as, at this point, as basically an alleged victim of a crime, and so that's something that the state's attorney does work out at some point if this matter does proceed to trial or a plea. At this point, she is presumed to be innocent, and she has the right to present her case to a judge or jury as it relates to her innocence.
You know, there was a question earlier that bears bringing up in front of everybody. Ms. Lundquist, she's the village clerk, and that's an elected position. So that is not something that this arrest removes her from that office. She remains the village clerk at this time. Okay.
In layman's terms, can you explain kind of what happened here?
Again, to be basic, as the village clerk, their job is to collect fees for these various funds. In this investigation, we believe that there were fees that she did not collect. She gave credits on that she should have collected for the village.
Are you able to say what relationship she had to the two people that are listed in the indictment?
I'm not aware of a relationship specific to those two.
And how much of those credits were?
Those two, as John said, one was for $540 and the other one was for $600.
But to be clear, because, I mean, we've had numerous stories about, public officials embezzling public money. It doesn't sound like she was accused of taking any money, she just wrote off a debt, correct?
We're not here saying that she took the money, no.